Hello my lovelies, welcome back. I am Rebecca Markelv, and welcome to part 2 of the Family Guy reaction. So in the last episode, we found from the Family Guy episode that it was a bit controversial and it was a bit insensitive to trans women specifically because of the way Brian reacted, the way Peter and Lois reacted, and how insensitive they were and how disrespectful, unsupportive they were. And it did also cover some topics that actually are real, that kind of like losing potential family members and all that stuff, and losing friends, and having to deal with that transition, because it is a bit of a hard reality sometimes for some people that it is difficult to accept. But at the end of the day, we aren't happy unless we are who we are, and that's the most important thing, is that we want to be our authentic self. So I hear from this episode that it actually does this better than the last episode, so I'm hoping that we're going to have a much better reaction. So I hope that this portrays transgender people much better. So without further ado, let's crack on.
Buddy, if you really gotta go, you can use that one.
A bathroom for Prince? I can't use that. I'm not Prince.
It's not for Prince.
Space cats? I'm not a space cat.
Sir, I can assure you there's no such thing as space cats.
I've
now,
never
can
seen
you
a
direct me to
transgender
Earth's
toilet in
reserve
my
of
life.
yarn?
Screw this. Hey guys, look! I'm on the Jumbotron!
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big Boston welcome to Peter Griffin, the first transgender Red Sox fan.
Peter, you use the transgender bathroom, so now everyone thinks you're transgender.
Cleveland, what are you eating your Cracker Jacks out of?
I've never actually ever seen a transgender toilet, so that's interesting to me. Why would anyone even film someone walking out the transgender toilets? That's just a bit, okay, what? But okay, whatever, fine, it's leading on the story, okay.
Good morning, Peter. We saw the game last night, and well, we just want you to know that we wholeheartedly support all transgender people.
But I'm not.
Peter, before you say anything that might clear all this up, let me tell you about our stellar transgender employee benefit package.
Benefits? I'm trans-listening.
Well, as such, you're entitled to supplemental time off, our on-site masseuse, and a $60 gift card from Nordstrom Rack.
Nordstrom?
Rack.
Yeah, but Nordstrom!
Yes, I understand.
Why don't I have these benefits? What? There's no such thing as benefits like this. I've never had anything like this. I've never had any benefits in my life from working just because I'm transgender. I've just been treated like any other normal person. That's it. What?
You'd always swallow it before I could see what I did. And one last look at my crack imprint on the Walk of Fame. God, I remember that day.
Every toilet has one of those. Nothing big. Not a big deal.
Peter, pretending to be transgender to get time off work trivializes a real struggle in this country.
Did the space cats get to you?
I don't know what that is, but you gotta knock this off. And direct me to Earth's reserve of sun-dappled window seats.
Lois is right, Peter. Besides the fact that you're lying to your employers, you're taking advantage of a civil liberty that so many oppressed people have fought their entire lives for.
Shut your mouth, Brian.
This coming from the guy who was puking after having sex with a transgender woman. Interesting. I mean, maybe it's just because times have changed since that episode was released, and now they kind of realised that there was a bit of mistakes going on, but okay. Proceed.
Now that I'm a woman, I can lean dance into anyone's karaoke song.
When you were here before, could look you in the eye.
Yeah, it's a work night. Woo!
Hey, come on, get out of here. You're ruining my birthday party. Your skin makes me cry.
Sing Justin Timberlake.
Come on, I waited an hour and a half for this. And hey, get off that bar.
Why?
Because you're at Low Fan O'Reilly's. All right, where am I on the screen? Flow like a feather in a beautiful world. Okay. Flippin' special, but I'm a creep.
So far I haven't really seen anything great go on. Like, it just seems to be like just like cheap jokes of things that don't even actually happen and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm nothing impressive. Nothing has really made me feel anything really from this.
What happened?
I knew you'd catch it. I'm parting my hair on the other side now. Oh, Peter, thank God you're okay.
Hello, bosses, and not my family.
You really gave us a scare there.
Oh, what do you mean?
What? You went into a coma after you were hit in the head by a fan. Oh, it was funny. And then it wasn't.
A coma? Well, I feel tomato now, beige spots.
And since the company was paying for your medical care anyway, we fulfilled your letter of medical intent for your sex reassignment surgery.
What?
She's saying that your surgery to become a woman was a complete success. It's much easier going that way, believe me. Just a chopping them up.
Congratulations, Peter. You're officially a woman.
For starters, that wouldn't ever happen, and secondly, that doesn't make you any less of a woman. It's just a procedure that you can do to make yourself feel more comfortable if you feel you need it. So having the surgery done doesn't make you any more of a woman. It just might make you feel more complete. But you are a woman from the start. End of.
Peter?
Ida?
Come, sit. Well, look at you.
Yeah, look at me.
What's wrong?
It's a long story.
Yeah, I've heard. Peter, everything is going to be okay. I promise.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm going to tell you a story. When I first met you, Peter, I was already at the end of a long journey to find the courage to become a woman. But before that, I lived for 61 years as a miserable, miserable man. I grew up in the small town of Football, Texas, and from the age of 8, I was mercilessly teased for being different and dressing funny. Then, at the age of 14, I had an epiphany. It was so clear. I was a girl trapped in a boy's body.
I'm having a hard time focusing without a drink, but go on.
It took me 47 years from that day to officially own who I am.
Is there a waiter, or...?
In those 47 years, I became an expert at hiding my secret. I became a war hero and raised a family. But I was dying inside. And the deeper I buried it, the more unhappy I became. And eventually, I even thought of ending my own life. But I couldn't do that to Glenn.
I had no idea.
It's clear you had no idea. You know nothing about what it means to feel this struggle.
Yeah, you're right. I kind of stumbled into all this, but you've been dealing with it your whole life.
Yes, I have.
Okay, that resonated. Yeah. There have been parts as well in my life where I have wanted to be the girl that I thought I was inside. There have been a lot of times when I was younger where I wish that I could be the girl who I felt inside, but there was this shame, this embarrassment and stuff like that I felt. And when I almost got caught wearing female clothes, and that kind of made me hide it even more. And so I started trying to be someone I wasn't, and I could cope with it for a bit, but then it just kind of got worse and worse, and it wouldn't stop. It just kept nagging and trying to push me to be me, but I wouldn't let it, that it got so bad that it became a real struggle. Just how Ida describes it, that some people, a lot of us, do struggle with depression, anxiety, and even want to kill ourselves. That is how bad it can get. So what she's describing there is pretty accurate. And yeah, So yeah, it's good that they're portraying what the struggles are for a lot of transgender people are. But yeah, let's carry on.
And my story, to one degree or another, is every transgender person's story. And all those stories are the price of admission to finally feeling at peace with who you are. A price you never paid.
I'm so sorry, Ida. I feel really awful. I'm a really bad person for what I did. I deserve what happened to me.
Touching story, other people humans. Now, could you direct me to Earth's reserve of other dog butts?
That's right. Everybody natural.
Peter, listen to me. You were a bad person. But now you've taken a journey. It just took becoming a woman to make you a better man.
I'll never be that better man. I can't afford the surgery to go back.
I think I might be able to help you with that, Peter.
Really?
Yes. I've got an idea.
What a day.
Oh, Peter, you started a Kickstarter.
Not exactly.
Oh, that's not a K.
Look at that! You're up to 6 inches! That's 2 inches past your goal!
It's not important what the goal was. What's important is this community cares.
Congratulations, Mr. Griffin. Your surgery was a success. You're a man again.
Sully was a hero!
Okay, so to be honest, I wasn't that impressed by this episode that much. That pretty much just that final moment was probably a defining moment, that what we go through is hard and a massive struggle, and we don't make these choices just because we fancy it. We just make these choices because that will make us happier. And so when we make them, we're much more happier and much more content in ourselves, and people still criticize us and make us feel invalidated. So hearing that means quite a lot, I think, to a lot of the LGBT community. However, the cheap jokes and stuff like that behind it, nothing really spectacular. There was nothing really great going on. But yeah, just that one moment I think was good. I think media has portrayed a lot of transgender people as some sort of a joke and something to be ashamed about, that it has damaged the transgender community. And I think this kind of stuff, where we actually acknowledge the struggles that go on, I think this kind of stuff needs to be acknowledged a lot more and shown a lot more so that we can be supported. I'm going to leave this episode here. If you did enjoy this episode, do leave a like. Otherwise, I've been Rebecca Markelv, and I shall see you in the next episode. Take care of yourself.